I'm just sorting out my project. That's the word I'm looking for. So I need to try and work out where I'm up to without undoing too much of it in the process. Oh, so I'm here in the Yarn van, and there is a reason for me being out here, and that is that all day we have been trying to kind of get ready for the carpet man who didn't turn up yesterday and then was meant to come today. Still isn't here. But I rang them a little while ago and I said, well, that was windy. I rang them a little while ago and I said, you know, he's definitely coming today, yeah? And they said, oh, you know, if there's a problem, we will call you back. Well, so far, nobody has called back. So he said if he didn't call, then he was coming and there's no problem. So he's going to be working quite late, I should think. Hey, I've got someone coming. Just bear with me a sec. I was just trying to get to my right part of my... this chair is not very comfy because, well, I have got a new one and I can't wait to get it out here. But at the moment, I can't get it out. Where am I? Looking for my chart. Looking for my chart. And I'll be with you and I know who you are in a second. Right, let's make sure this is quiet. I don't want to go screaming everything, do I? Where are we? There we go. Here we are. Don't forget the thummy. Oh, more than I thought was here already. Let's see. We've got 3 thummies. So I have Corinne, Sarah, hiya. Karen, hello. Manfors, Meg, Sam, hello. Can only stay for about 10 minutes. Have doctor's appointment. Oh, hang on. Something just flew in front of my screen. I hope everything's okay with you. I'm not sure. I don't think I said Teresa. And another Teresa. I have 2 Teresas. Carla and Vita and Dina. Dina Van D. I haven't seen you for a while. Well, hello. Hello there. How are you all? I hope your doctor's appointment's no problem. Alison, hi. You hate waiting for people who say they're going to call and they don't. I know. Oh, B12 injection. Well, you know, I often wonder if I need those. But as I'm such a wuss, I'm not finding out. You know, just saying. It's weird, isn't it? It's like when you go to the doctors a lot or when you're in hospital and you're used to having injections and used to having blood and everything's fine, and then all of a sudden you haven't had it done for a long time, so it's like, no chance, I'm not going, can't make me, I'm not going. Cheers, Gary's just made me a cup of tea. I went in the house, still no sign of the carpet man, and he said, I made you this tea. I went, oh, that was cool. But unfortunately, well, say unfortunately, it means I have more space in here. But there used to be a toilet out here. And when Gary said, do you need the toilet? I said, no, you can rip that out. So now, obviously, every time I need to go, I've got to go in the house, which is a pain. And I should have had the sense to say, yeah, leave the loo. But he didn't, so... getting ready to make a couple of hats for your husband's buddies. That's nice. And I'm glad you caught me too, Karen. How are you all? What have you been up to? It's freezing cold. It's been sunny all day here. But now, obviously, the sun's gone down and it's windy and it's freezing. And I just realised that I have no idea what I was doing pattern-wise, because I make this up as I go along. And I know I had a bit of a rhyme and reason to it. But that was then. Now this, I've got to kind of work it out. So I do... actually, I think... No, I did do it right. So now I'm on a traditional kind of granny square round. So that's all right. Can't get that too wrong, can I? I'll be glad when this one's done. It's going to be one of my car rugs, really. Oh goodness, I made a bit of a mess of that. Whoever said I was a professional? Wasn't me. Okay, there we go. in there. I went into the wrong space to go in. So I'm not sure how much of this I'll get done or how much I'll just chat. But at least if I can get myself on the straight, then I know I won't mess up. Well, in theory, I won't mess up. It's not exactly very comfy in here because putting my foot on the ground means I have to put it on tippy toe. I'll be glad to get my other chair in here. And then I used to have like a little desk or table in front. That's gone. So now I've got 2 boxes of yarn in front of me as a table, which means, you know, they're over there. They've got my Coke and my tea on. I was looking at this, wasn't I? I didn't actually do it. Windy and cold there where you are too. Hi, Kim. Snowstorm. Wow. Well, Jane sent me a message and it was a picture of Kent today with snow. Sunshine we had, no snow here. It has made a huge difference and you should pull up your big girl pants and get it checked. I probably should. I probably should. Everyone is feeling shutty. Good. I'm glad about that. Why? Is there other lives on then or something? Or is it just lots of people coming in? I said I was going to do a live maybe yesterday or something. And well, it didn't really materialize with the guy not showing up. And but the annoying thing is, you know, we lugged all the stuff out the bedroom, got all the stuff ready, and he didn't turn up. So then we had to kind of put some back. And then now we also we're a bit late to take our Christmas decorations down. We weren't putting them on or anything, but they were still up. So I took up, because I'm very anal about my Christmas tree baubles. They have to be put away just right. So I did that. And then Gary took the lights off and I found a way of putting them, you know, winding them up so we would be okay next year. And then we had icicles all the way around the house, like the living room, this year. And I don't know that we will next year. They might end up, because they're indoor or outdoor, they might end up being outdoor next year because the whole front room will be different furniture wise next year. And I think they came down quite a long way, you know. Some of them were quite small like that and others were really long. So I didn't know, they didn't really kind of do it for me in there. So I think if we just put them outside, we can go 1, 2, 3 or something and have nice bushy icicle lights out the front. So that's what we might do. I did let Gary take the loo out. Yeah. Well, you see, this used to be a 3-berth caravan. Well, I say 3-berth, it's probably 6-berth because it had a big double bedroom, a normal kind of bedroom, and then a little tiny box room, plus a toilet and a kitchen, and then the lounge dining room. So the lounge dining room was up that end, and this was the room, the end that had lots of little rooms in it. So I think the main bedroom was in the front room, like you could pull out the bed sort of thing. But it all got gutted. So this end up here was lots of little rooms. And one of those little rooms was a tiny toilet. And I should have kept the toilet and the sink. That's what I should have done. But obviously I'd have had a lot less room for yarn and everything else. So in a way, you know, never mind. You're trying on my beanie pattern today. Think you'll be playing yarn chicken though. 80 grams of Aran on the ball. Fingers crossed for you. Snowing all over the US. Well, normally speaking, about 2 or 3 weeks later, we get your weather when it's like that. So sometimes that happens. Snowing like crazy, Dina. I'm just going to get some of my tea. It will cool down quite a lot in here. There's a heater over there, but I can't put it on because it's very, very bright. So I've got the one down there on, but the one up here is off. So I might get cold. I know you said it with love, honey. No worries. Not that bad. And the energy is better and not feeling quite so ick. Teresa has winter storms, a warning of up to 4 to 6 inches of snow. You may ask your doctor about that yourself. Yeah, a lot of people where I used to work, when, you know, one person had it, told everybody else, and that prompted everybody to go get checked. But you know what? I don't know. I'm a well, when I back then, especially, I was a bit bouncy, I would say. And my night shifts were 12 hours long, and I was as bright and eyed and bushy tailed at the end of the 12-hour night shift as I was at the beginning. Everybody was really angry about that because, you know, I was a bit too, come on, why are you falling asleep, for crying out loud? You know, I was still as energetic. Not every time. There were times where I was sort of like, but that's pretty normal for a 12-hour night. But once I'd get into the swing of my night shifts, you know, I was fine and didn't understand why everyone was just falling asleep. And when I'd talk to them, they'd have more sleep than I would during their shift. You know, not during their shift, but between their shifts. And I'd think, well, you know, you're falling asleep and you had like 8 hours, and I'm all bouncy and crazy and I've only had 5. But, you know, that was just life. I was younger and I was more energetic, but I've never really been sapped of energy. But you know what, last night I was in bed by about 10 past 10 and I was so tired. We were watching Jack Reacher. Well, actually, it's just called Reacher. And we were watching that, and I was, Gary kept saying, like, turn it off and go to bed. You can, I'm like, no, there's not much left. So I was determined to watch the end of it. But at the end of it, I just thought, right, that's it, I'm off. And I did go to bed and I went to sleep. So yeah, I'm having a bit of a tired phase at the moment. You've got to leave me chatting away in your handbag, in amongst. You got off to get stabbed. Well, I hope it's painless. You wish you had some of that Yorkshire tea. Ah, well, that's what I have, a nice Yorkshire biscuit tea in this one. I love Yorkshire biscuit tea. It's my favourite. I never drink normal tea anymore, unless I visit somebody and then I have no choice. And when I drink it, I always think, oh, this is weird. But it's because I usually have that kind of malty biscuit tea. The other one, the Diplomat one, is okay, but I'm not as keen on it. I feel like it's got a bitter taste to it, whereas the other one, I don't feel like there's an aftertaste. So I only use the Yorkshire, even though the other one's cheaper. I'd rather still just get the biscuit tea, really. So one of the reasons I'm out here is the house is just so full of stuff, and it's bedlam. Gary's managed to uncover the TV and his bit of a chair where he sits, so he's kind of watching the usual rubbish that's on TV about this time. And I just said, well, I'm going to go and do a live. I can hear something. It's probably an aeroplane, but I keep listening, thinking I can hear the guy arriving, but whenever I go in the house, he's not there yet, so I don't know. He lives on the island, so he'll probably do us last, you know, but it is a bit, we've waited in all day. Gavin wants to go to the shop, and you know, if we do, it'll probably be a late one. It's a bit awkward as well because everything's all over the place, so we can't cook. And I don't know what we'll do for dinner. So can you see my little sign? I hope it's not annoying anyone flashing away in the corner there. But I've got my on air sign above it and that one. I want to put them on the wall somewhere. You are in Idaho as well, but having some biscuit tea. You only drink sweet tea. Well, you can have it sweet. It's got a mild kind of biscuity flavour, but it doesn't have any sweetness. You can't drink sweet tea, but you was raised to drink yours unsweetened. Well, when I was a child, my mum liked her tea sweet. My dad used to have one tea, but like one sugar, and me and my mum had three, three sugars. And then around about 1970 something, we had, I don't know what was going on in the world, but we ended up with shortages, and there was a shortage of sugar. And I know it was something to do with the sugar plantations and all the goings on across the seas, but it meant that we had that sugar, if you could get hold of it, was ridiculously expensive. So my mum said, why don't we try and do without sugar? It'd be better for us anyway. So we all did try that, and the first cup was absolutely disgusting. And the second cup was not, well, you know what to expect, so it wasn't quite as bad. By the third cup, I'm thinking, it's all right. And then after that, it was like, it's nice now, I like it. And then as soon as sugar came back to being readily available again, um, my mum said, should we see what it's like? So we made a cup of tea with sugar in, and it went straight down the sink because it was absolutely disgusting to have sugar. But my dad decided he would go back to having his one sugar. But the annoying thing about that, and I used to have this same problem in my house when I was married, that he didn't drink tea very often, but if he did, he had one sugar in it. But he could pick up my tea and drink it and not know that he was not drinking his own tea. And my dad was the same. Pick up your tea and drink it and not realise that he was drinking it without sugar in. So, but you try your best to say, well, you don't need sugar then. And, oh, no, I need to have a sugar in my tea. Well, clearly not, because you've just drank mine and not realised it. So, but yeah, and then you're left with the one that's got one sugar in, so you'd have to throw it away or make a new one. Annoying men. My dad was lovely. Wasn't really annoying. Sweet enough, exactly. You have sugar in your tea. Your husband knows better than to forget to put it in. Bless him. So, Alison got one of my Santa sacks, didn't you? And her daughter got it for her, and she sent me a little couple of videos of you opening it. I hope you liked what you had. She said you did. But you know, when you're picking yarn for other people, it's you think, oh, hang on a minute. I kind of knew what you'd ordered in the past and what you'd had. So yeah. But I've still got them, obviously, ready for next year. I've got quite a few. I managed to buy quite a few so that I thought, well, just in case I can't get any next year, I'll have some. But I've got Chris, my website guy, currently working on my pop-up to do my free crochet hook. And I kind of realised then that there are people who knit that won't be able to get anything free, but maybe I'll do a knitting needle after or something. But my biggest problem is I've got knitting needles for sale, and they're quite long, some of them, and as it stands at this precise moment in time, I don't really have the packaging for those to send them. So I need to kind of order some. I've got lots of crochet hook ones now, but yeah, I need to buy some. Yeah, 6 inches. Wow. I love a bit of snow. I don't mind it if it's around for about a week, but if it goes on and on and on, it's a bit much. But yeah, I do love a little bit of snow. Hello, Kim. Gonna sneeze and I can't pause it. I'll try not to do a loud one. It's really tickling. It's not gonna. I tried to stifle that as best I could because I'm a very loud sneezer. It would have blown you away. Hello, Mimi. 6 to 8 inches on Sunday. Wow. 3 inches of rain overnight. Wow. If that freezes, that'll be really slippy. You love the Santa sack? didn't realise she was ordering it until she had put it on Facebook. Well, what it was on Facebook, I kind of like I see her pop up from time to time, and so I just sent her a little message saying, if you're stuck for anything to buy, I'm doing Santa sacks, but you know you don't you don't have to buy one, but you know just letting you know. She went, yeah, I'll have one. So that's how she knew. Maritza, hello. How are those new hooks working out? I don't know. I'm not really used them yet. I had a bit of I was a bit annoyed yesterday. I was. I don't know what it was. Something. I get. How can I put this? Sometimes I get out of my tree a little bit, and I think we all do. You know, there's this little invisible key in our back that kind of winds up and winds up and winds up, and then all of a sudden it's like, and I threw this. I threw this across the room, and in anger, and I did. I lobbed this, and this happened to the small one. It got these are clovers. Apart from those two, well, actually, they're still clovers, but they're soft touch. They're fine. They're really robust. That's a pen, obviously, but these are the amours that I did the review on, and I don't know something. Oh, I think it was catching. That was it. It was catching on my cardigan, and these little. There's the one that went a bit. No, it went a bit. Sorry for itself. Well, as I lobbed it, because it kept catching on my cardigan, and it was ruining it, kept pulling out. And every time I tried to get it out, another one got stuck in, and in the end, I just sort of went and I threw this thing, and that stuck in the ground like a dart because it just went doing. And when I pulled it out, it was all bent. So I thought, oh, you know, a bit naughty of me, but I just sort of was getting more and more stressed by it. So just threw the damn thing across the room. I'm terrible like that. I shouldn't do. I should calm myself and gently unhook it, put it down on the countertop, and be sensible. But no, no, I just flung it like a kid with a tantrum. Yeah. Hi, Deanne. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Um, and I like that. Hola, hola. When I first went to Spain and they said hola, I thought they were trying to say hello and got it the wrong way round. But I realised, but no, it's hello, not hola. It's hello. But no, that's how they say it. So I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't know. I was a child. I just thought they were getting it the wrong way round. Um, I will do that. Test those hooks. I will do it. But obviously we've got too much mess at the moment. Once that carpet's done, it's not going to get any better for a while, because then we've got to switch rooms around, which is going to be a bit of a mission. And then a wardrobe is coming. So we've got to switch the bedrooms around first, because we might not get the beds in once the wardrobe's in. It's quite deep. It might be okay, but you just don't know. So we've got to do it beforehand. And then we've got units coming and they're being put up. So every room's going to have some disruption for a while, which, you know, I'll kind of like, I just can't wait for it to all be over now. I can't wait for it to all be over. Where was we? Wonky. It's a bit wonky, you're right. Um, it is frustrating life, isn't it, sometimes? It certainly is. And I made matters completely worse by now I've lost my hook. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, by having a bit of a tantrum. Well, you know, I think it was just all that's going on and all the kerfuffle, and I just did I had a bit of a red mist descend, but it's getting dark. Oh my goodness, just seen outside, it's really dark. But I've been stock taking because I can't really sit in the house and you know, get on with stuff. I can't get to my computer at the moment. I can squeeze past and see if I have an order, but I can't sit in front of it and do anything properly. because there's a big bed base in there and it's a very small room. So yeah, I came in the house a little while ago and I noticed that I had an order, and I just packaged my orders. So I said, oh, I'm going to go back out there and do that, and I'll probably do a live while I'm out there. So there's actually a space for me in here. There's not space for me in the house at all. But I did say I would probably do one today, as I couldn't do it yesterday. But yeah, the house is a bit of a danger zone at the moment. I I kind of got up this morning and Gary had started to put stuff out there, and I thought we've got to be able to do stuff in this kitchen. So I made sense of the kitchen and made breakfast. And then a little while later I thought, oh, I'll make lunch, but heaven knows what we're going to do for dinner. This is a lovely colour. This is that King Cole um, Tropical Beaches, and it's got this beautiful rosy colour and mauves. This one I think is Parrot Beach because it's got the greens in it. I really like this. It's so pretty. But yeah, Parrot Beach. Parrot Beaches. Beaches, Parrot Beach. That's it. So I've got, it's 200 gram ball, so it lasts ages. I've got quite a bit of it. I only got two in my shop, Parrot Beach and Banana Beach. And the banana is very similar, it just doesn't have the green, but everything else is in there. It's beautiful to work with. It's lovely and soft. Is that me with the red mist? uh, were I frustrated with male relatives when you threw your hooks? I break things when I am mad at hubby or sons. No, it was just the hooks I was annoyed with. Yeah, Parrot Beach is lovely, isn't it? But no, it was just purely because these little ones kept hooking into my cardigan, and it was pulling, not pulling holes, but pulling strands, you know. And I thought, oh, I don't want that. Used to be the first time I don't really wear pullovers very often, but I bought this really nice peachy coloured one, and I came round here, and Gary's mum's dog jumped up, got a claw hooked in it, and then there was this massive ladder in it, and I thought I've worn it once, you know, and I had to throw it away because it was just ruined. There's no way of putting that right. So I thought, well, I don't usually wear them, and it just seems to me that whenever I do, something awful happens to them, and it was at and those, who wants a hook that small? Certainly not me. I didn't mean to slurp then, but I had a little slurp. Do apologise. But I was thinking, sometimes I pop hooks into people's orders. And I thought if I put those in, I mean, not obviously the bent one, that one's going in the bin. And that some of them are just too small to put in. But people won't know they're clover. They'll just think I've popped in just a hook. So I put in a hook earlier of somebody's order, but it was an acrylic. But yeah, I do now and then, if I've got them hanging around, I put hooks in. Like, you remember those quilted bear ones I had that were all pretty? I put those in people's orders, and the ones that Bella Coco ones that I had from when I did her boxes as a review, and then I sometimes get them in magazines. I pop them all in people's orders and never keep them because I just got too many. Cheers. I'm going to slurp my last bit of tea. I don't like slurping, but I'm going to have a go. I managed to do it without making too much noise. It's a very thin blanket. It's not it's like a summer weight one. Frog it and make something new. Have you ever done that? I do. Oh, what, you mean my cardigan? No, I can't. It was it was a machine knitted one from New Look. It's just a long cardigan. You use small hooks to pull threads into seams. You work with tatting thread. Oh, right, okay. Well, Karen, if you ever order, then I've got lots of skinny hooks that I pop in. Well, I don't put the skinny ones in many orders, only because people don't really tend to order thin yarn. I suppose I could if anybody ordered thin yarn. Just put a thin hook in with a little note saying what it is, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, they're just a bit surplus to my requirements because I don't use really thin yarn anymore. This is the thinnest that I've used in quite some time. And it's not that thin, it's a DK, but it's quite a thin DK. It's not the fattest DK, put it that way. I guess it's about normal. But, you know, sometimes you can get them where they're really quite thick, almost to the point of being Aran. And other times they're so thin, they're almost to the point of being a 4-ply. But at least making a blanket keeps your legs warm while you make it. Earlier on, I did that and there was condensation coming from my breath, but it's warmed up a bit. And I don't know, is it? Yeah, it's warmed up a bit. It's a shame I can't have that. I was going to put it on the floor and have the heater on, but every time I did it, I knocked stuff down because of all the leads are traced around the back. And if I knocked that sign down once, I knocked it down about 1,000 times, and I was close to getting annoyed enough to throw stuff. No, can't throw anything else. Not after that. But honestly, I threw it. And that one just went doing straight in the ground as if it was a dart. I thought, no, that is a thin hook, isn't it, if it can do that? But yeah, I thought I couldn't do that again if I tried. You know, not that I would. But that was just me having a temper tantrum. You get frustrating when wearing knit type tops and working with a hook, but usually knitting. It's not normally like I don't normally get the hook I'm using in it, but it was just I might have done that wrong around that side. Oh well, never mind. But it was just purely I was picking them up, and every time I got one out, another one got stuck in. I was just getting more and more cranky with it, to be honest with you. My fingers are actually freezing. They are. It's cold in here now. Hang on, gotta move because I've got to the corner. Turn the corner. I do have several little heaters in here, but those halogen ones are really, really good. What I might have to do is unplug it from there, and so it can sit in front of me, but it'll be really bright. That's the thing. They do. That one down there is really illuminating the whole. That yellow glow is from the heater that's down the other end. They are really good though, and they were ever so inexpensive. Gary found them and he said, you know, would you like me to get you a couple of these for your caravan? Sorry, yarnavan. So I said, yeah, that'd be cool. And I didn't realise how good they were, but the minute you put them on, it's just instant, really, really good heat. And apparently they're quite cheap to run, which these days is a consideration because of, you know, all of the problem with the prices of energy and everything. They're not too bad. So I haven't actually done that many lives, but I said I was going to try and do them more regularly. I don't like having to fit them in around other people. So if I clash with anyone, unfortunately I clash. But it is difficult. And a cat, hi. You got to go, Karen, okay? I hope so. I did actually, do you know what? I brought a blanket out here and I haven't put it over me. No, I got this one. It's got like penguins on it. And it's furry on this side. It belongs to Harley. But when Harley used to come and stay, and it would be one of his little blankets that I would put over him. But yeah, it's oh, it's warm and toasty now on my knees. That's cool. I just thought it might get, you know, my yarn might not run freely if I had too many things over me. That's lovely and warm. Just need one for my fingers, really. Oh, I hope that carpet man doesn't come too late. It's a bit of a nuisance, really. And when I rang today and I said, you know, is he definitely coming? I said, because we cleared the room out yesterday, only to have to put stuff back and then clear it out again today. So it's not funny. And they said, oh no, he is our best, one of our best fitters, and if you had a problem yesterday, you'll certainly definitely make it today. And I thought, yeah, we'll see. I love this yarn. This is so pretty. Purdy. Mighty purdy. And it's such a summery colour. It's perfect for this time of year. Well, it makes you think of warmer times rather than howling wind. It's now dark outside, freezing cold. Can you hear the wind? It is kind of gusty. Terrible, really. Really, really cold. But we had lovely sunshine today. Gary was taking pictures of the birds in the trees. There was one big fat pigeon, wood pigeon, and he was using the tree as a windbreak the way he was sitting, and it was quite funny. Hi, Penny. You had a bit of snow last night on central Illinois, but it's 42 degrees right now. Time to fix lunch. What are you having? Hope it's something yummy. Thank you for coming in. I'm not going to be on for a long live today because it is cold out here, and I've been busy. busy. I've done a stock take of all my Stylecraft Special Aran and the Stylecraft Cabaret. I have a lot of Cabaret that I have not put in my shop because I ordered lots for me and lots for the shop, but they discontinued it. So I don't, and I know that I've put quite a lot of mine back in stock, but I don't want to be without it. So I want to make sure I've got some for my stash. And then I thought, well, I might as well do the boho spirit while I was at it. So I've done that. I've kind of been doing a few bits and pieces of stock taking recently. So once I get my computer unearthed in the yarn room, then I can check all the stock levels and put them right and decide if I want to put any more Cabaret in or not. There's two, well, there's three. I've got quite a lot of ocean, but Midnight Hours and Underwater Rainbow, those are my three favourite ones. And so I have got stock of my own, if you like, if you know what I mean, in my own stash. Purple Crochet and More with Dreeny, hi! And gotta get started on a 5-weight blanket for your hubby. Hi, Hannah and Kathy. Woo, woo. Don't forget the thummies, everyone. So I've not actually made much chunky and super chunky this year. I did buy those really lovely Woolcraft yarns, and I had plans to make so much with that, but I haven't yet. I did make that winter sunshine scarf, and that was it, but I wanted to do quite a few more bits with that. I was going to make a hat with one of them, and not just a hat, but I wanted to make quite a few things, and I've not done any of it. But then again, we have had lots of things happen. Gary was in hospital with his kidney stones. Michael was in hospital twice with various things, and they found out that he had a blood disorder, and so he's now okay. Thank goodness for that. But if it was just one week after the other, I was feeling like I needed to just, book a permanent parking space in that horrible hospital. I see far too much of it. I've got to go there for myself on Friday, and I have my cancer checkup, and there's been things I want to show them. And the last one, I called because I wanted to get an earlier appointment, and they didn't have any, and they said, oh no, just keep the appointment that you've got. And then they cancelled it and made it after Christmas, and I thought, oh, I actually wanted a sooner appointment rather than a later one, you know. But I don't know. I don't know whether the it's allergy related, the actual problem I have. I'm hoping so. Otherwise, I'm probably going to have some tests. Don't really want that, but one thing I don't want is cancer back. So, I'm hoping it's not. Um, you have several Bernat blanket Ogos to use. I've not seen Bernat Ogo. Um, I'm not sure if I said hello to Trudy. Did I? On my mannequin, it's just like a summer top. It's an old one, really. Um, 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 um. Your daughter and her family are moving to Illinois in a few weeks. Um, Decatur area. Thank you, Kathy. I hope so too. I mean, it's this side, because this was where my cancer was, on this side of my tongue. So this time I have the problem there. And yeah, so I'm kind of, obviously, every time I get a little sore or anything like that, I imagine all sorts of things. But I get it quite frequently, and it does get worse if I eat things which disagree with me. So I don't know. If I really don't want to be plunged back into that world again, you know. But especially this time, as I know what I'm facing, if I do. Plus, also, if I am plunged back into that, it's back, which means it's even worse for me because it's a returner. So in a way, I'm hoping there's nothing there whatsoever, and it's just aggravation due to my allergies and that sort of thing. But I guess he needs to look at it, Mr. G, who's my surgeon. So I shall know more on Friday when he has a good look, whether I need tests or not. Hope not. I would say touch wood, but there isn't any. So touch chipboard. That'll do. Bits of wood fibre in it anyway. Mattoon. Don't people have funny place names in other areas to you? I think Kent has the weirdest place names of all. Code for purchase. I must have missed that. What you're talking about? A code for purchase? Do we need a code? Discount? Oh, discount code. Whose discount code? Where are we? I did have a discount code. If you're talking about Hobby Rocks, I had a discount code that was finished the end of this year, and I haven't got a new one to replace it just yet. But the next thing I'm going to do is a free crochet hook with qualifying purchases for a free crochet hook. But I will do more. I just need to also want to do a few more like special offers. I've actually, where I was doing my stock take earlier and moving stuff around, I've now got 2.5 boxes empty. So one is a small box, one is a big box, and one is one of those one layer boxes that I put on top of them. So I have quite a few empties now. And if I do more of that, I will get I'll probably get more, because there are some that have got only half full and I can merge them. But I've been obviously doing the discount in the King Cole yarn to reduce the amount of King Cole I had. And that's been going quite well. And a few others that I've been kind of running down. like the t-shirt yarns and the chainy cotton cakes, they've been getting going right down. So it will give me the opportunity to get some new yarns in, as well as finding out what I'm low on stock for and getting some more of those. But oh, this is actually quite warm now with the penguin blanket on as well. Let's see what have I missed. Remember, I used to do a live stream and have a big laptop in front of me. Now I just make do with this. You're back, Sam. Hello. Um, where are we? You left me chatting away in the car. I did get cold, but I've got a furry penguin blanket over me now, so that's okay. Hi, Scraptastic Crocheter and Carla. It is very pretty, this colour. It's I mentioned it earlier. It's the King Cole Tropical Beaches, and it's Parrot Beach. I like it because it's got the greens. Really pretty. It looks lovely. Looks lovely on the ball. All those beautiful colours. Absolutely gorgeous. I like it. I like the Banana Beach as well. But it's a lovely summery yarn. It's a nice thin yarn, and it has a cotton feel to it. It's just a premium acrylic, but it does feel like a silky soft cotton. It's just beautiful. A lot of King Cole yarns are very, very soft. Quite underrated, but I am still phasing them out a little bit. Only because I had so many. I'm now out of stock of the Shine. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Angela, hello. I'm doing okay. Drinking water and working on broomstick wrap. Sounds very nice. It's 7 p.m. in Cape Town. Wow, it is 5:05 here in. I would say it was sunny, but now it's dark, and it is freezing cold now. That's the trouble when you live on the sea, isn't it? Well, not on the sea, but on the sea, by the sea, on the sea front sort of thing. Last guy who fitted a carpet for us did live on the sea. He lived in a boat. I bet that's choppy sometimes. And cold. No escaping the sea breeze there, is there? Or gale force wind. I like the idea of having a boat. I've always wanted one. Gary doesn't like the water very much. He doesn't swim well. Gary's style of swimming is panic-stricken dog. You know, like almost a doggy paddle, but panic-stricken. And that's how he looks. And he does look panic-stricken in the water. It's quite funny. But and he doesn't like water at night. He doesn't like it when it's black. You know, when you look out and it's dark water. He doesn't like that. So, but I often think it'd be nice to have a boat and he could do some sea fishing. And that, really. But was he talking about a boat the other day? And he said that he wouldn't mind. Oh, that was it. We were talking about Vegas, you know, because he wants to go to Vegas. And he said, this time, though, if we go to the Grand Canyon, we'll do something at the bottom of it. And I said, what, like the canoeing? And he said, oh, no, I don't want to do canoeing. He said, but that rafting looks nice. Because he said, I wouldn't like it if the canoe overturned. I went, well, what about if the raft overturns then? Be even worse. He said, no, we'll have, you know, like the life vests on. And I thought, well, you would if you were in a canoe. But I wouldn't like to be stuck upside down in a canoe. You know, just saying. I think I did that at school because we all had to do it. We all had to overturn our canoes and then whoosh so we could right our canoes. I can remember doing that. It was part of our curriculum that you had to know how to put your canoe right. How strange. I remember that though. How weird. Kathy! Hello. And Yarning for a smile. Hello. I did have a good New Year. You know what I found the other day? I bought one of those dealy bopper things and it had on it Happy New Year and it's still on the cardboard. And every time I walked past it, I kept thinking, I must remember that. I must remember that. Did I remember that? No, not in the slightest. Crazy. You love the Starcraft Cabaret you got in your Christmas bag. It is. It's beautiful, isn't it? That one was called Lagoon. And that was discontinued before all the others. But it was my favourite at one point. But then the underwater rainbow became absolutely my favourite, and the midnight hours. But I do like the lagoon, and there's another one that called Ocean, which is blue. I love blue. Blue, I'm a sucker for blue, but yeah, I love that. I got lots of that somewhere. I can't say where it is now because I've moved everything. I took all of my yarn out of all my cubbies. You know, if you've been with me for a while, you know that this side is all boxes of, you know, those big tote boxes. You know what I mean? The plastic ones with lids, and that's all Hobby Rocks yarn, and this is all mine. So mine, I took it all out and I put it all in polythene bags. This is the King Cole Glitz in the grey. But yeah, I went through my whole stash and I've made a mess of that one now. Take it out. Because the bag's too big. Yeah. And I put them all in bags to put them all back. So they're all nice and secure. And they're easy to get in and out. So much easier than they used to be with that. Sylvia, hello. Just got a notification now. Wow. The blue in the ocean is lovely. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm absolutely freezing now, guys. I've got a cardigan somewhere. Hang on. I've got 3 of them in there now. But this one, I'm going to put this on for a moment. Although it's a cold cardigan, it won't take long to warm me up, will it? That's nice. It's a fluffy one. So I think it shouldn't be too... Oh, that's better. Yeah. I love this cardigan. It's a like fluffy vibe. But it's got bits that are not fluffy. So it's kind of the stripes. It's got like a fluffy stripe going down it. And then a glitzy one. And then a fluffy one. It's pretty. Gary bought it for me ages ago. Now my fingers are cold. Can't win, can you? I've got a fluffy blanket. And I've got a blanket that I'm making on me. And now this. But my fingers are cold. Mind you, I do suffer. If I crochet or if I type, I suffer with cold hands because my circulation's awful. Always has been. Please, what yarn is used on the back of my chair? Ah, you mean this? Okay, that is Poundland yarn, believe it or not. That is, I don't know if I can get it off. Yes, I can. I've got a little, hang on, cushion at the back of me. That's it. So this one, you mean? This is the Poundland Bright Pink, I think it's called. And I've got a cushion that I'm sitting on made of the same. I made like this as a tutorial for my willow square blanket. And then I thought if I make another one, I'll just make a cushion out of it. So I did, and I'm sitting on that. And this is the blanket. I do love this blanket. It's my favourite blanket that I've made. And it's the willow square. But the willow square I make is different from the willow square everybody else does. When you get to this part here, it looks like I've gone totally wrong. But I haven't. It's just that the way other people do it is they make it so holy. I can't bear that when you've got such big holes. So this part here for me, and I do say while I'm in the tutorial, don't worry if it bunches up and pulls, just ignore it. The next round sorts it out, and it does. But that's how you get that without all those ridiculous great big holes. But that is Poundland Bright Pink and just white. But I love the colours in that. It's my favourite Poundland yarn. But I went into Poundland yesterday with Gary. I have to put it over there now. Hang on a moment. Whoosh. There's a box there. We went into, because he gets his no nails in there, you know, that adhesive stuff. And we went in there yesterday because he needed some kind of no nails. And I walked past where they have the yarn, and they had one ball of the white glitz yarn. You know the ones I mean, like they used to have black glitz, white glitz, and I feel they had one ball of that, and they had 4 balls of some other yarn that was white with glitz on, and it was awful. And I thought, shall I get that to show you guys? But then I thought, no, then I'll be stuck with this awful yarn. And it felt like the kind of yarn that you get free in a magazine. You know what I mean? It's got that almost rough, but not rough texture, like spongy. And that's how it felt. And it was just a kind of a white, but not vibrant. And the glitz was silver, and it wasn't very nice. And I thought, oh my God, every time I've been in there, they've got less and less yarn. So I've got a feeling that they're not going to be selling it anymore. The trouble is they put their prices up, and a lot of people then stop buying it, because the whole idea of going in a shop like that and you can buy some yarn is because you're not paying the same prices if you're buying King Cole yarn or Stylecraft yarn. But the only one that I did get lots of was the bright pinks. I've actually, a couple of times I went in there and I got a pack of it, and it was still in the cellophane, and I just said, right, I'll have it all. And that was the only one that I went crazy on. But I still do have lots of the really nice Poundland yarns in my yarn bundles that I sell across the pond. I don't sell them this, and yet, you know, people in this country can't get hold of them anymore. But if you live abroad, you can get them from a shop. Hang on, I've gone too far now. Where are we? Sylvia, hello. Just got a notification. Did I read that out already? I'm not sure if I did. But I didn't register that it was you. So, yeah, it is cute, that blanket. It's one of my favourites. And the tutorial is one of my earlier ones. It's just my willow square blanket. It's a right-handed version and a left-handed version. But it doesn't look right, but it works out in the end. You got to go, Penny. Okay, have a great day. It won't be sunshiny here. Not anymore. Hi, Paula. And Anna just got in. Oh, cool. That's great. Don't forget the thummies if you haven't already thummied. So, I'm not sure. Sam, are you still with me? Because Sam did a 24 for 24 video, and it was 24 kind of goals for 2024. And I know Crystal had already done her goals and things, because Julie, when she did it, Julie messaged me and said, you should do one. And then when I saw Sam had done one, I thought, you know what, I am going to do one, and I'm going to make it a tag. So yeah, it's been going around, I noticed, because people often, you know, when they put a little hashtag to you or a little @ to you, it comes up on your thing. So I've been seeing that people have been taking that up. That's cool, isn't it? But it was actually Sam that did hers first. Well, she did hers first, but although Crystal had already done kind of one. But I thought, you know, let's do it as a tag, you know. Yes, why not? It's snowing where you are, Paula. Not snowing here. It's cold enough too, that's for sure. Absolutely bitter. Now, where was I on my thing? I'm not going to get a lot of this done, am I? No, is the word I'm looking for. I can't even find where I'm out to. Uh-oh. There it is. How did it get round there? I don't know. Because it's round the wrong way, that's why. Still went... Hang on. How am I going to get this right? Like that. Hopefully, yeah, there we are. So I don't know what we're going to have for our dinner today. We'll probably have to get something out. I hope the guy's here yet. I mean, I haven't heard any big vehicles arrive and with carpets in them. I can usually hear when anything arrives. This afternoon I had some parcels to send off, some orders for Hobby Rocks, and we've got a new postman. What's going on with this? I'm tangled up now. Hang on. I knew this had to be too good to be true. Just picking it up. So yeah, his name is Ian, this postman, and my normal postman is on holiday. He's in Goa. Do you know, I'm going to give it up. I can't be doing with that. I'm not going to faff about with that. It's caught in my boot. How on earth has it gone round my foot? It's just gone round my foot. Yeah. So my normal postie in Goa, and the other day, oh my god, I can't get it off. Get off me. Yep, I'm free. Yeah, the other day he said, "Oh, this is Ian. He's going to be doing my round while I'm on holiday for 3 weeks in Goa." So I was watching at the door, and I saw the postman arrive, and it was him. So I got my parcels together, and he got back in the little van, and he was going to drive away. So I managed to get out there as he started the engine, and he was just going to drive away, and I went like, "No." I said, I've got some collection. And he said, "Oh no, it's not you. The next on the list is like Westcliff." I went, "Yeah, that's me." And he said, and I pointed to the sign, and he went, "Oh yeah." So he was going to drive off, and he wouldn't have come back. I know it. But the trouble is, when they do that, if they miss you, it really messes it up. It's all right if there's just England, you can easily just reschedule those. But when it's America, oh, you can't do that. And so you have to ring them and get them to kind of do it for you. Oh. So I'm so glad that I caught him, because that would have been a nightmare, really. He was just about to drive off. And he went, "No, no." And I thought, how he must have known that he was in this road, because he delivered to my next door neighbour. So he must have known what this road was called, which is just unbelievable, really, that he was going to drive off. I mean, we'll know next time. Crazy. Sarah, hello. He was tagged in that yesterday, but you haven't made your video yet. That's cool. Realise you was behind in the chat. Have zipped forward. Yes, that tag was genius. Glad you inspired. You did inspire me. Yeah, it is. Right, is it? Yep. My blanket is all fine. My little penguins. I'm not going to make any more now. It got stuck around my foot. Can't believe that. I feel like where the light is shining on there, it feels like tufts are kind of like sticking out. You know, that happens from time to time. I've got this piece of hair. Can't if I can make it happen. See that? That really annoys me, that piece of hair. So I tuck it behind my ear. And where the light is shining on it. Uh-oh. It's better not be telling me he's not coming. Hold on a sec. Hello? Yes, hello. Yep. Cool, that's lovely. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, bye. Bye. It was him. But he didn't say he's not coming. He said he'd be there in half an hour. So that's cool. At least he's turning up, which is, you know, more than he did yesterday. But yeah, thank goodness for that. So yeah, I've forgotten what I was saying now. I'm just oh yeah, about the tufts. It really annoy me, those bits. They never seem to grow. You know, if they were to grow and become part of my hair, that would be one thing. But they're just tiny little tufts. You know, not good. When I used to draw an old man, and I still do it from time to time, I draw a picture and I draw little tufts sticking out there, and so it annoys me that I have them. But they're not really tufts. So, Jan, hello. Gary. Late dinner for us then. Oh, I'm glad you heard me. Yeah, half an hour it'll be. You're watching on TV. And you've done your golds. Cool. That's, see, this is Sam. It was your kind of idea. Well, I say your idea, but I was going to do one because Julie said, "Oh, you should do one," and I kept thinking, yeah, I might. And then I saw yours, and I thought that'd make a good tag. It would. Oh, my hands are freezing where I was crocheting. I've got my blanket tucked right up here there. Look, God, the yarn van is chilly. It's only because I can't put the heater on. It's just so bright. Been waiting for your bathroom to be replaced since June. Took this week off work, as told it was being done this week, and guess what? Nope. Been messed around about 6 times. It's so annoying, isn't it? We need a new bathroom, big time. And Gary's son Jamie is gonna do it. But it would be the perfect time now to buy it because it's sale time, and we were looking in B&Q the other day. Had to get some wood, and as we were walking, you could see all these toilets and sinks reduced, and you think, oh, if only we had somewhere to put it, you know. But we would have to buy it, and the bath would take up so much room, but we wouldn't have anywhere to put. I'd have to put it in here, and then I'd have to try and work around the bathroom suite being everywhere, and it wouldn't work, you know. I need to be able to lug the boxes about. It's hard enough with all my stuff in here that, you know, taking up the room where, you know, I shouldn't really have it in here. Well, there is so much of it, I have no choice. But yeah, slowly getting there with the stock taking and everything else. But tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, I'm going to call the tax people, and that's going to be a mammoth job. That's going to take me ages to do that. But I started off keeping all my records really, really well, putting them all in files. And I mean, I had a file for everyone, and I was saving and printing out receipts. I started off really, really good. And it didn't take long before that just went out the window. So kind of going to take me ages to sort that out. Hi, Dizzy Tech. Didn't mean to shout. That's okay. Doesn't pay to be council sometimes. Is your house council? Sorry you can't stay long with me today. We have to go. Goodbye, Rona. Thank you for coming, Anna. Don't forget the thummies, guys, if you haven't already. But yeah, Jamie's quite good at most kind of building work and all that sort of thing. But it does, the only thing that worries me is the plumbing aspect of it, you know, and that sort of thing. But our bathroom, it's bad. Really does need doing. It's old, and that's the problem, you know, but it'll be the last room that gets done. But you know, just one of those things. You can't do everything at once. And, you know, since we've moved in, Gary has done so much, even things that you would never see, like replacing floors, walls, and things like that. Doing the kitchen, and then there's been so much that's unseen as well, like in the conservatory, in the passageway, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a big task, really. The whole house needed it. So the living room, this is getting done soon. He's done the decorating in there, but the units and stuff like that will arrive in a few days, but we don't know when the chairs are coming. So we're sitting on garden furniture. It's not the most comfortable. It's all right to sit out in the garden for an hour or two, but you know, you don't really want to sit on that watching TV all the time. Hi, Newfie Grandma. Welcome. You don't have a chance of getting on the housing ladder. Well, you know what? I don't know. My dad always used to say, a house is a house, is a house. And I used to think, what? But it's true. And if you own a house and you sell it, you never see the money because you've always got to live somewhere, right? So you might climb up that ladder you might get another house, but that money you've got just gets swallowed up by that house. And then you sell that house, and the money you've got and more besides ends up getting put into the next house. So now I know, with hindsight sort of thing, um, that's just dead money, and it's always dead money. And the only people that ever benefit from it are your kids usually. However, because I split up with my ex, I sold my house, I benefited from that, and it was a nice windfall. Don't last forever, unfortunately. But yeah, that, I don't know. It's all it's cracked up to be, being on the property ladder. It's, if you've got a nice place to live and you like your neighbours, it doesn't really matter if it's yours or if it's council's. But if it's yours, your money's tied up in it. That's the only thing. And if it's council, at least it's not. And your money is your money. I think there's a lot to be said for that. If my sister always had really nice neighbours in a lovely council house, they bought it in the end for next to nothing. They still live in it today. It's totally paid for, and the money that they have, usually their expendable income, they buy caravans and they tour, and they're always on holiday and they're always doing stuff. But it started off that she had a council masonette, and she moved to Essex, did a swap, and she got a townhouse, and they still live in the same house. But unless you're lucky enough to buy it next to nothing, I think if you got, it's never that people say, oh, it's an investment, to have your own home. Is it? Do you ever see the money? You only see the money when you split up, you sell it and go off each. Really, the rest of the time you just got to move it onto another property, then you move it onto another property, and you move it on. Never see it again. Very true. Apart from one thing, what money? This is true. This is true. It's all going towards electricity and gas now, isn't it? Live in a camper van. If you don't like your neighbours, you can just move. Angel, hi. I haven't seen you for a while. Having bad storms and tornado watches. The power's on and off. Oh, well, I hope it's all right. I hope it stays on. Your housing association. Well, this house was just Gary's mum's and Gary's, basically. So now all the brothers kind of own it, but it's perched ever so close to the edge of a cliff that crumbles. No, don't get me wrong. It should never fall off the cliff in our lifetime. A whole house fell in the sea some years ago. You might remember me doing that video. But there was a sinkhole under that house. We were quite away from that edge. But it's not one of those sort of houses you can get a mortgage on. It's rough cast. So it's an endless sort of toil to get it right, to do the house up. But we've done lots since we've lived here. Like I said, renewed kitchens and doors and walls and floors, and have aircon put in that's also heating. And so there's been loads and loads of investment. And Gary's done the garden and done the decking, and there's so much to do. But it's not one of those, really kind of expensive houses, if you know what I mean. But I think, as long as you're happy in the house you're in, it doesn't really matter. The house I came from was a big townhouse, but it looked like a picturesque doll's house. It had a portico outside with big white pillars, and the third floor was in the roof space. And it was a nice big house, and 4 bedrooms, four toilets. It was big. In terms of the actual room sizes, bedrooms were big, but the kitchen diner for me was a bit small. The living room was a little bit small, but the actual other rooms were big. And I'll never forget my friend. I had a party when I first moved in, like not Tupperware, but I had I think it was a candle party or china and candles, something like that. And I invited Nikki, and she couldn't find it. She kept ringing me up going, "Can't find you, where are you?" So I'm giving her directions, and eventually she knocks at the door. And I opened it, and she went, "Well, if you'd said it was a mansion, I might have found it." And I went, "It's not a mansion." And she said, "Bloody mansion to me." But she had like a little one-bedroom place, lovely little house. But it was not, definitely not a mansion. So anyway, when I think about that house, it was a detached, a nice plot on a nice estate. Wouldn't want to live there now, though. You know, I would say when I go round there, because sometimes I have to go round that place, it doesn't feel like home. Never felt like home to me. I've no emotional attachment to it, and it was a pretty place, but at the same time, I wasn't happy. I'm happy here. I'm happy with Gary. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter what your surroundings are as long as you're happy in them. If you could be happy in a very little, um, what can I call it? Love shack. It's not really a shack, but you know what I mean. It's not. It's not a mansion, and you can be in a pretty trapped little mansion, or you can be in um, anywhere. But as long as you're happy where you're living and happy with who you're living with, then everything is fine. I'm not really saying this in a good way, but you know what I mean. It was a pretty house, pretty surroundings, um, nice place to live, but I didn't like it. It wasn't that I didn't like it. My life was wrong, you know, and it had to. I knew from for a very. We knew we was going to have to sell it, and I think we picked the perfect time to sell that house, um, because as soon as we managed to sell it and move on and go our separate ways, the whole housing market collapsed, and the energy crisis happened, and those people that have bought that house, seriously, they're having my energy bills in that house were astronomical before everybody else's were astronomical. You know, it was a big kind of lump of a house. Um, it when you think about it, I had a 3-bedroom house. So why is a 4-bedroom house so much more to heat and everything? It shouldn't really have made much of a difference, but that particular build, that particular house was ridiculous in terms of energy bills, gas and electricity. So I dread to think what it'd be like now. Here we've got high electricity bills, but we don't have any gas. So we just got one fuel. But there is madness. Absolute madness. I'm so glad we got rid of it when we did. Absolutely the right time. Um Really windy and icy there, Sylvia. It is pretty windy here now. It wasn't early. It was lovely and sunny. It wasn't windy, but I can hear it roaring out there now. Um, Sorry you're late. Don't worry, Laura. Oh, bless your heart. Um, yes, it's pokey and cold, but it feels home. I think this is pokey and cold. Otherwise, cozy and bijou. But yeah, this house isn't big by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, we try and put too much in our little rooms. We do, well, especially me. You know, I've got this whole space out here, um, and I keep bringing stuff out. Over this side. This whole side is supposed to be Hobby Rocks, but there is a good 10 boxes over here that come from my old house, and I've got nowhere to put it. It's things you can't just chuck out, like your nan's tea set. You know, what the heck am I going to do with that thing? I don't want it really, but you know, it's my nan's tea set, and there's my mum's tea set and my nan's tea set over there, and probably loads of bags and shoes and clothes that don't fit me as well in other boxes, and teddy bears galore in another one. But, you know, the things you think, oh, got some emotional attachment to that, can't throw it away. But it just sits there in those boxes, taking up space that I need. So I really do need to, one of these days, just be a bit on the mercenary side and get rid of them, give them to charity or something. Because, you know, if you've got the right person and that you know the right people that can buy china, but I know nobody, I just, you know, might as well give it away. You're cooking? What are you cooking? I feel jealous now. I'm starving. I'm starving. I am. Sam, we are coming up to Cornwall this year. I don't know when it'll be, but we're coming to see Jamie. I can't remember when Gary said. We've got a few things going on this year. We are, believe it or not, going to Comic-Con. Jamie goes to Comic-Con every year, twice a year. And last year, one of Gary's nieces went and met up with Jamie while he was there. And so we just said, oh, one of these years we'll go and we'll see you there. And Jamie was like, you really? So we said, yeah. So he paid for it. He paid for us to get in and he paid for a hotel. So we're going to Comic-Con. And we're also probably going to Vegas. If we go, it'll be September time. So I was going to do, you know, sort of nearer the time, say, I'm going to meet up. Anybody who wants to meet up, meet us at, on this particular day, we will be at, I'll find either one of the hotels or cafes and say, meet us in there. And anybody who could and wants to meet can do that. But I don't know when yet. So that's another thing we're going to be doing this year. But we are going to also spend a few days in Cornwall. See Gary's son, Jamie. He has done such beautiful work in your house. He's very talented. If he lived near you, you'd be begging him to take on a permanent side job fixing your house. He has done really well. He's been, you know, trying to sort of scrape wallpaper off the wall and get ready for once the carpet's in, then he can do that and finish that one off. And then there's only really a couple of rooms that have not got anything. The bathroom and the other bedroom, that's the only two then. And then, I don't know if the other bedroom will wait, because it's not too bad in there. But there is a room behind, which is going to become, it did have Gary's tools in it, but he's got a shed now. So that's going to become Gary's craft room. And he does have lots of models and puzzles and stuff like that. And that's going to be his craft room. So that would be another project that he'll have to get on and do that. I don't know if I've missed anything. Not sure. Oh, yeah. Sweet Tea's funeral. Did I get your joke? I did. I did get your joke. Thank you. Chili con carne and rice. Oh, I will bob you an email when I know. The funeral's today. Oh, bless. You only live about 3 hours from Vegas. Well, hey. I will keep you updated. Don't worry. I'm going to Cornwall. Liskeard. Now, that's not too far from where he lives. I don't think. Because I recognise the name. Yeah. Gary's son Jamie lives right near the Eden Project. It's round the back of him. He lives in, I think the closest, I think he lives in Parr. And then just round the back of him is the Eden Project. And when we were driving around, I know I saw that name of the town. We went to Charlestown when we went last. We went to Mevagissey. And we went on a boat trip. We went to another place. Really nice beach, but you had to go down loads of stairs to get to it. and there was one cafe on that beach, and it was shut that day. Of all days, it was shut that day. But there was another little place next door that sold pizza. So we sat on the beach and ate pizza. I don't really like to do pizza because it upsets my tummy, but I had no choice that day. It was all there was. But yeah, I can't remember the name of that place off the top of my head. It seemed like it had two names, but I don't know. But absolutely loved it there. Really did. That's only an hour away from you. Can definitely get what is par. Is that what you mean? It's an hour away. We do go out and about though. Oh, I wanted to visit a couple of yarn shops. There was one in another town. The name escapes me, but it's on the way out. As if you go towards Bodmin, there was a place there. I think it began with L. They had a yarn shop. I did see the one in there was a somebody did say to me, go to the market, and it's indoor market, covered market sort of thing, and they had a stall in there, and that was where the first time I ever found the Stylecraft colour twist, and the Woolcrafts yarn was that lady had it, and it was first time I'd ever seen it, so I decided to get some. Oh, the Eden Project. Okay, not far then. It's been days. Oh, bless you. Oh, bless. It is hard. I remember my dad, when my dad passed away, he was only 62. And he was the first person that I lost that was close to me. I mean, obviously my grandparents died, but weren't close to them. And I didn't really have much of a relationship with my granddad because he had some kind of illness where he didn't talk. I don't know if he had Parkinson's, but he'd had strokes or something. He didn't talk and he did shake. And he was very, very kind of old to me. You know, that he seemed ancient. So I didn't, he was a lovely man, but I didn't really know him. So yeah, I'd never really lost anyone that was close to me until then. And it was, no, nothing really prepares you for it. My mum, she passed away when she was 82. So she was, it was still a shock because she was quite fit one minute and gone the next. So, you know, it is hard. Nothing really kind of, nothing does prepare you for that. Not that you've ever been. What's the Eden Project? I think from what I can gather, it's a bit too expensive. I think even the locals were moaning about it. Or was that the price of shellfish? It might be I think that was the price of shellfish. But yeah, I don't know that. I think you can get a concession. I think if you live in there, you can actually get a concession to go to the Eden Project. I'm not absolutely sure. Anyway, I'm going to get off now because I need to go in and make sure this guy's arrived and warm up a little bit. So thanks for spending some time with me. I've got to sort out my project. It got a bit tangled around my foot, so hopefully it's all unscathed. So thank you for watching and spending a bit of your afternoon with me. I need to get in and have another cup of tea by the sound of it. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Toodaloo.